Hello, my beautiful souls. I hope that you are doing fine and safe. So today I'm going to talk about a very important subject, and it's something that I'm very passionate about, and it has to do with the new energies that are coming into our planet. And I believe that many of you are already feeling or have been feeling more intensely in this couple of weeks or this couple of months. So today I'm going to talk about the feminine energy, which is the energy that is going to dominate kind of the planet. So, but first of all, I would like to maybe clarify for those who are new to this matter or new to this subject. So feminine and masculine energies, they don't have to do with gender, which means that many people think that when we are talking about feminine energy, we are talking about women, and when we are talking about masculine energy, we are talking about men. Well, that is not the case. What happens is that feminine and masculine energies are two energies that we all have. If we are woman or if we are man, it doesn't matter. We all have it within us. What happens most of the times is that we can have one energy which is dominant over the other, and most of the times, and for thousands of years, the dominant energy that has been on the planet was the masculine energy. So I'm going to talk in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about these two energies, but I will focus more on the feminine energy, which is the energy that is going to dominate the planet now. And I'm going to share a little bit of my personal experience on this. So, as I said, the feminine energy doesn't have to do with women, doesn't have to do with gender. It's the feminine energy is called the yin energy or the Shakti energy. So you have probably heard about the yin and yang. So yin and yang are really, the yin is the energy feminine, the feminine energy, and the yang is the masculine energy. So it's something that we all have within us. So in my personal case, I must say that before I go to what's happening in terms of the new energy coming, so I am a woman, and many of you, especially those who are new to this subject, might think that, well, she's a woman, so she probably has the feminine energy dominant over the masculine. Well, I might say that this is not true. So for many years, in my personal case, for many years, I had the masculine energy within me more dominant than the feminine energy. So before I became a therapist, I worked for many years in the corporate world. So I've worked in banks, I've worked in private sector. So this has kind of made me repress my feminine side or my feminine energy and really focus more on the masculine energy. So now I'm going to talk a little bit on the traits or on the characteristics of the masculine energy so that you understand a little bit more what it has to, what is it about. So the masculine energy is very mental, is a more mental energy, is a more objective energy. The masculine energy is the thinker, is on the logical side, is on the objective side, is on the mental side. So it cares a lot about structure, it cares a lot about providing, giving and doing. The energy, the masculine energy is the doer, is the giver, is the provider, is the thinker, is the objective one, is the logical one, is the one who wants structure, is the one who needs to have a form, to have something concrete. So this is the masculine. the masculine energy. So in my case, that I worked for so many years in the corporate world, I needed to develop this trait or develop these characteristics in me so that I could kind of survive in that world. So for those who are working still on the corporate world, you know that it's a very competitive world, and there is no way other than you really being like the doer, the provider, the thinker, you know. So I have been like that for many years, for many, many years. And I have kind of suppressed, I have kind of repressed my energy side. So what is the energy, the feminine energy? So what is the feminine energy? So there's a lot of different theories or different ways of perspectives of watching or seeing this kind of energy, which is the feminine energy. So the feminine energy, it is completely different from the masculine one, as you might imagine. So it has to do with non-action. Okay, so different than the masculine. It has to do with intuition. It has to do with feeling. It has to do with healing. It has to do with going within, you know, you feeling your emotions, feeling your body, feeling yourself. It has to do with gentleness. It has to do with softness, intuition, as I said. So it is connected to the different cycles of life, you know, birth, death, and so for example, for Hinduism, that talks a lot about, for those who practice yoga, for example, you might be familiar with the term Kundalini. So Kundalini, it is really connected to the creative side of energy, to feminine energy. So for Hinduism, for example, feminine energy is really pure energy, is vital force, is pure potential. It doesn't have a form. It's creative energy. It's something that sustains everything in life. It's a powerful energy. It's healing energy. So these are kind of the characteristics of the feminine energy. So it has to do with pure potential, life force, healing, going within, emotions, you know, feeling, being still, not running and doing. No, it's really chill out. You know, it's really chilling. It's coming down. It's really going within and breathe and being with yourself, which is something that many people is afraid to do. Why? Because it implies when you have to go within, when you have to look at your emotions, it implies that you have to look on one side of yourself that you probably don't want to look. It's our shadow side, is our emotions. So for those who have the masculine energy dominant, as I had for so many years, I didn't care about how I was emotionally, or how was my like overall state, like my inner state. Well, it wasn't that I didn't care much, but I didn't have time. You know, I didn't have time, and I didn't have the energy to look, to really look at it and give attention to it. And this might be scary for many people, like looking at this side of our energy, which is more subtle, which is more, it has to do more with our emotions. So this is, and why the feminine energy is so important currently, like especially now that we are going through this isolation time because of the coronavirus. Why is it can be really scary for many people, because the feminine energy demands for things like truth, like your inner truth. What is your inner truth? For you to really dig in and try to search for your inner truth. You have to go within. You have to look at your shadow side, which is something that many people don't want to do, okay? Because it is scary. It is scary. Why it is scary? Because the society never allowed us to explore this side, never allowed us to fail, never allowed us to really admit that we have a side of us that is not so pretty, is not so bright, you know? So we grew up thinking that we should run away from it. We shouldn't look at it because it wasn't beautiful, it wasn't good, so we better repressed it, right? But the feminine energy, which is the energy that is already dominating the planet, and many of you might be feeling it. I am definitely feeling it, especially now that I have actually left the corporate world, and I am a therapist now, and I am more into the spiritual side of life. I am digging myself on this more spiritual side of life. So now I have more opportunity to explore this. But for those who are still like on the masculine side of life and with the energy, the masculine energy dominant, this might be really frightening, this might be really scary. So the feminine energy demands for truth, your inner truth. What is your inner truth? Are you living your inner truth currently? It also implies that you, as I said, you have to look within. You have to go within, you have to dig, okay? You have to connect with your emotions. You have to connect with all of those wounds, all of the scars that you have from the past, from past experiences, your story of life, the traumas that you have, the blockages that you have. You have to connect with all of this, okay? And why? Why do you have to connect to all of this? Because this is the path, this is the way for you to heal. So feminine energy is pure healing. It's really healing, okay? And healing is really, especially in the beginning, it might be really painful because you have to go there in those places that you wanted to forget. You wanted to never remember that are there, but you have to go there to heal. So this is what the feminine energy does to us. And it also has to do with nurturing, you know, nurturing. So for so many years, since we had a masculine energy dominant in the world, we tend to nurture, yes, but we tend to do things for other people, you know, we tend to live like for the exterior world and very little for ourselves. We were never like, no one ever taught us how to nurture ourselves, okay? So the feminine energy now is coming to say, listen, if you want to heal the world, if you want to do things for others, you have to first start within yourself. You have to start with yourself. Because you can only give, you can only provide what you already have in yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you're not a healed person, then you cannot heal others. Then you cannot love other people. Because something that you don't have in yourself still yet. You have to develop it in yourself first so that you can then go to the exterior world and then do it for others. So what happened for so many, like for thousands of years, that we had a masculine energy dominant over the feminine energy, is that, as I said, the masculine energy is the doer, like doing things, you know, like the thinker, the warrior, like going to war and conquer things. But if you do this without following your intuition, which is a characteristic of feminine energy, what happens? You get lost, right? You get lost. So for many years, what happened was that we we tend to do a lot of things, we tend to create a lot of things, build a lot of things, but because we were not willing or open or aware that we should listen to our intuition, which is always there, it's always there to guide us. But we were not able, or we were not willing or open to listen to it. What happened? We commit a lot of mistakes. We commit a lot of mistakes. The war in the world, it's due to the fact that we do not listen to what's important, which is our inner voice. Okay? Because if you hear to your inner voice, if you listen to your inner voice, you will understand that there is no need to do war, to make war, not even with yourself, not with the others, because there's no necessity for war. If you can tell your truth with softness, okay, being firmly, yes, but with softness, without being rude, without being violent, without being aggressive, which is a characteristic of the feminine energy, you can conquer things like more effectively. You may think, but when you do this with emotions, it takes longer, and then people don't respect you, and then but you know what? Things are really changing. If before, the way for us to conquer things and to get things done were being aggressive, going for it. Now things are really not that way. And I am pretty sure that most of you can feel it. Most of you can feel it. Even with who is a parent or a mother or father. The kids nowadays, they do not obey to someone who is like aggressive or, like wants things his way. No. The kids today, they say, listen, if you are going to yell at me, well, I'm speaking about my own experience. I have 2 daughters, as I told you. And when I start yelling at them, especially the youngest one, you know what she says? Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. If you want to talk to me, you talk to me without yelling. She's 9 years old. And she tells me that. And then I say, wow, she's right. Why am I yelling? So, and what I feel is that when I try to get things done with my kids, for example, by yelling or by being rude or by being aggressive, they not only don't do what I want, but they don't even listen to me. They don't even care about what I'm saying, But when I start being like gentle, when I start to really like showing them, listen, I need you to do this, because by you doing this, we are going to conquer this, or this is going to happen. And then I explain to them why I want things that way. Then things happen smoothly. So this is what's happening. I'm talking about a specific case which is dealing with kids, but you can take this to the other world. Big in professional level or social level, if you are rude nowadays, people do not tolerate it as they used to tolerate it before. No one today is into violence and aggressiveness. No one is into that anymore, because it's not working, because that's obsolete energy. That energy doesn't serve us anymore, and it's a kind of energy which was part of the masculine energy for so long, because the masculine energy, because it has to get things done no matter what, sometimes it tends to be aggressive, sometimes it tends to be arrogant, sometimes it tends to be like cruel, and it used to work before. It used to work. But nowadays, people, really, it doesn't work. It's not working anymore. Why? Because the planet itself, planet Earth is a living being, is a sentient being. It feels, it listens, and it also transmits, it breathes just like us. And it's a very wise energy, The planet is changing, and so we are part of the planet. We are kind of sons and daughters of the planet. So if the planet is changing, we are changing with it. Okay? We are changing with it. And the masculine energy, like the traits, the bad traits or the negative traits of masculine energy does not serve us any longer. So that is why we are in a moment now that we need to heal. We need to heal by starting with ourselves, healing ourselves so that we can heal the planet. But the only way for us to heal ourselves and then heal the planet is really to start digging in and diving into the feminine energy. It doesn't matter if you are a man or if you are a woman. I have been talking with a lot of women, but also with a lot of men. And what I am sensing now, what I am feeling now is that especially men, more and more they are feeling the need to really chill out. Like, let me relax. Let me just, let me put my warrior, like my warrior outfit aside and let me be human. Men, they are feeling the necessity to be more human, to be more emotional, and it's not bad. A man who is emotional, a man who is sensitive, a man who really wears and explores his feminine energy is beautiful, is powerful, and for us women, so I'm going to talk about myself. So one of the things that I felt when I was working in the corporate world for so many years was that I already told you guys, I have repressed my feminine energy. And by that, and by doing that, one thing that I realized was that even things like being feminine, being more gentle, and even things like sensuality. And when I talk about sensuality, I'm not talking about what many people think that feminine energy is. Feminine energy doesn't have to do with seducing men. Because as I said in the beginning of this video, men also have energy, feminine energy within themselves. So it's not something that it only belongs to women. Men also has it. The thing is that society for so many years, 1,000 years, did not allow men to explore their feminine energy, but they have it. They do have it within. Okay, so when I talk about sensuality, I'm not talking about seducing men. Seducing men was something that was kind of like the way that society looked at women, at the power of women for so many years. That is why we have been repressed. We have been like misunderstood, because for many years, people thought that this energy, like this feminine energy, this feminine side had to do with seducing, like being, I don't want to say like bad words, but you understand what I'm saying. So, but energy, the feminine energy doesn't have to do with that, okay? It doesn't have to do with that. And sensuality, it has to do with, this is my way of looking at it. It has to do with like the perception that you as a woman or as a man, but talking about women because I'm a woman, is like having like the sense or perceiving that you are naturally beautiful, you are naturally um, you are naturally attractive, but not attractive, not in terms of seducing man, but in terms of magnetism, that you have a magnetism into you, that you can really attract whatever you want, be it a love partner, be it a business, be it a project, be it whatever, you know. When you're feeling, when you talk about magnetism and attracting things, we're not only talking about relationships or about sex or about, no, we're not talking only about that. We're talking about all fields of life. So for me, like sensuality is this, and for so many years, I have repressed my sensuality. I didn't even look at me. You know, there were times that I looked at me in the mirror and I was like, am I really a woman? Like, really? No, because I didn't feel like I was. I was one. Because I was so into the masculine, you know, energy. And I was so focused on that. I was so focused on doing things, on meeting the targets, you know, like in corporate world, it does this to us. That I didn't really, I didn't have time to look at this other side of mine, you know. But what I felt was that after some time, I started feeling that I was completely drained. I was completely lost. I was completely out of myself, you know? And that's when I started to look at me and say, listen, you have to stop. And this is another thing of feminine energy, stop, which is happening now, really. What is happening now to like all over the world? Everybody stopped. Everybody stopped, you know? Because this is the time that the planet and the universe is telling us, listen guys, for so many years, for thousands of years, you have been doing so much. You have been running and running and doing, and you are completely crashed inside. You are completely destroyed inside. Now stop for a while and look within, look to yourselves and look after yourselves. Take care of yourselves, nurture yourselves. Heal, and breathe. So this is what the feminine energy is coming to tell us and to teach us. And guys, I'm so sorry for those who are so used to the masculine energy. I'm so sorry to tell you, but the feminine energy is coming to stay. And whether you like it or not, you will have to embrace it. We will all have to embrace it. I am loving to embrace it. I'm feeling more feminine. I'm feeling more, you know, more sensual, but also, and above all, I am feeling more human. I am feeling more human, you know? I'm feeling more connected to myself, to the world, to people, to the nature, to everything surrounding me. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And above all, I am healing. I am healing. And that is what the feminine energy is coming to tell us and to teach us. You know? So, and there's no way that we can run away from it because it's already here. It's already here, guys. And I believe that you feel it. So, to really close this video, because I don't want it to be too long, some of the things that we can do in order to really activate the energy, the feminine energy, and really to potentialize its effects on us, is really doing things like meditation. So for me, meditation have been for many years a struggle, a challenge. I always told to people, listen guys, I can do yoga, I can do like qigong, I can do whatever, but meditate, guys, that is so difficult to me. Like just being still and in silence, I can't do that, you know. And it has been a struggle for me for so many years. But let me tell you guys, in the last couple of months, I have been, and especially now with this isolation period, I have started doing meditation, and it's so, wow, it's so nice, guys. It's so like, well, for those who already do meditation, you know what I'm talking about. And for those who haven't tried it, you have to try it so that you can feel for yourselves, you know, and that you can have your own experience. So meditation is really one of the most powerful things that you can do to activate your energy, your feminine energy, because it implies and it makes you go within. Be still. Be in silence. Be with yourself. Okay? So meditation, guys, is powerful. Be it with music or without music or whatever, guided meditation, whatever you feel like, you just do it. Okay? You just do it. And there's a lot of videos already on YouTube, and there's a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of information on meditation that you can get if you want to start it, and if you haven't started, and if you want it. So this is one thing. So the other thing is really express and explore our creative side. Okay? It doesn't only have to do with art. Okay? Art is beautiful, and this is one of the ways that we can do it. And it's actually one of the things that I'm also starting doing, like doing things with my hands, like handmade products, handmade things, painting, writing, you know, doing these things, crafting. This is one thing that you can do. But you know, creativity, it has to do with a lot of things. Whatever you want to create, just do it. You know, you like to design, you like to draw, start drawing. And you haven't drawing for so many years, start doing it. You want to paint, start painting. You want to dance. And this is another thing which is connected to doing some body work, you know, dancing, yoga, qigong, tai chi, whatever you want to do it, massage. Okay, I do a lot of massage now no, because of this isolation time, but I do a lot of it. Like I used to do, like in a regular basis, I used to do massages, and it is so important, guys, because massage, for example, he has the touching part, which is very important, like to be touched, to really being touched. But also, it has to do with like releasing tensions, releasing the stress, you know, because we have been doing so many things, guys. We have been like running and running, and sometimes our body, sometimes no, actually every time our body talk to us and say, listen, you gotta stop and take care of me, you know, and you start feeling these pains and aches. Okay, this is your body telling you, listen, stop and take care of yourself. So massage is a very good thing to do. Yoga, okay, dancing. I love to dance. I dance a lot. You know, sometimes I just put on music and I start dancing here and like at my house, and it's beautiful. It's like my daughters, they look at me and they start laughing and they start dancing with me. It's very healing. Dancing is beautiful also. So, and start nurturing yourself, you know? All of those things that you always wanted a partner to do for yourself, you know? Like your wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. If you are single, or even if you are in a relationship, you will have certainly those moments where you are alone. So do things for yourself. A foot massage, I don't know, take care of your hair, like body do something like nurture yourself, or just hug yourself and be with yourself for a little while. You know, do the things that give you pleasure, do the things that make you feel uplifted, you know, nurture yourself, take care of yourself. Okay? And the other thing is connect to your emotions. If you feel like crying, cry. Guys, I've been crying so much lately. And that's been so good because for so long, I haven't cried. And I didn't notice that. And now that I'm at home and I am connecting to my emotions, to my feminine side and feminine energy, I have been crying so much, guys, and I've been releasing a lot of stuff, a lot of, you know, trash, toxic things that I don't need anymore. And, you know, crying is beautiful. So connect to your emotions, guys. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to scream, scream. Not at your kids, of course, but like, you know, I don't know, go to the beach or go to your balcony and I don't know, you know, just do something, like release your emotions, but connect with them, you know, really connect with them. Start looking at yourself, start really perceiving how you are feeling inside and start to understand why you are feeling that way. Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? You know, does it feel like, does it make you feel joy? Does it make you feel loneliness, sadness? What is it? So look at it. Don't run away from it. Connect to your emotions. And if you need help, well, you can ask for help. Asking for help is also beautiful, and it has to do with also with the energy, the feminine energy, asking for help. The masculine energy doesn't ask for help because he thinks that he's the one. He doesn't need anyone. He can do everything by himself. Well, it's not true. That is why we live in communities, we live in society, because we kind of need each other, you know, to evolve. So if you need help, ask for help. If you need a therapist, or if you have a very close friend or a family member that you trust in, so talk. Open up yourself and talk. But you have to do it. Connect to your emotions. So meditation, doing some body work like massage, yoga, tai chi, qigong, expressing your creativity and connecting to your emotions. These are some, there are many others, but these are some of the things that you can do in order to connect to your feminine side, in order to start healing what you need to heal, so that when you go to the outside world, you can then heal whoever needs to be healed by you. Be it through a smile. You can heal people only through a smile, you know, if you just smile. Be it through a word. Be it through your shoulder, offering your shoulder to someone that needs, you know, being through a hug, you know, but you have to give it to yourself first. Hug yourself first. Heal yourself first. Smile at yourself first. Okay? Recognize the beautiful and divine being that you are, so that you can also recognize it in others. So this is the new energies coming, okay, which are completely different from the energies that have been dominating the planet for all these years, okay? And for me, this is beautiful. I am looking forward more and more to see this feminine energy dominating the planet and dominating our lives, because guys, we need it. We really need it. I certainly need it, and I'm loving it. It has been so good, guys, to me. And I really hope that you can also benefit from it, that you can also really take everything that you can from this beautiful, beautiful and soothing energy, feminine energy that is coming, so that you can improve your life, improve yourself, and become the best version of yourself. Because we need to create a new world, guys. And the only way for us to do that is through the help of our feminine energy and healing ourselves so that we can heal the world. So guys, this is what I wanted to talk about today. I hope that it has helped somehow. If you liked it, please subscribe it to the channel and share it to whoever you think that might like it and benefit from it. So until my next video, guys, thank you so much for watching. Connect your emotions, heal yourselves, be happy, and keep safe. Namaste. Ciao.